May I confirm to whom I need to make a co-host? Other people I can mute, and then in the last we can open up their microphones to speak up. So I need to make just me and Shridev as co-host.
I think that works well.
Yeah. So you two guys would be okay, right? Or do I need to make someone else as well co-host?
Could you add Dimple Ma'am also?
Okay. We do have Professor here as well. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, Ramnik. I think it's better if you can make them co-host.
It's fine.
They're volunteering that.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No worries, ma'am. I just made you as well so that you have the mic to speak up. I will mute all the mics for the participant. Other people, you and Shridev and Jasmine can speak up.
Okay, I think it's not necessary. You don't want to interrupt your talk.
No, don't worry about it.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. I think Shridev or Jasmine, you can give a signal whenever you're going to start. We are already streaming on YouTube. Once you start the introduction, I will follow from you guys. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Jismi, seventh semester students have registered for this talk.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
they have registered, right? No one has joined yet.
So the students, yeah.
So can we start the session?
Yep. After you, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sridev, and on behalf of the IEEE Computer Society SBC TKM College of Engineering, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to each and every one of you gathered here for today's insightful session titled Idea to Product, a Research Pathway for Students. We're incredibly honored to host Mr. Ramneek Kaldra, a renowned IEEE impact creator and IEEE influencer whose journey and contributions have inspired thousands of students and young professionals across 21 plus countries so far, and the impact is ongoing. His work in bridging the gap between academic ideas and the real world innovation has nothing short of phenomenal. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome Professor Dr. Dimple Shah Jahan, Faculty Advisor, IEEE Computer Society, SBCT KMCA, to this event. Without further ado, let's dive into this exciting pathway of research and product development. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Ramnik Kaldra.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shridev. Thank you so much to the IEEE student branch for inviting me today. I hope I am audible and visible properly. And this session is more about learning how we can convert an idea to product, how to find itself an idea. So before we move on to understand my audience today, I would like to invite you all to quickly use your smartphone or your browser tab to log in into this portal. Um, let it fully come. Yeah, can I request every one of you to open menti.com and type the code which you see on the screen? Everyone, please. And once you join, you will have that thumbs up option in the bottom right. You can quickly do a thumbs up there so that I know everyone is there or not. You have to just open menti.com and you have to use that code which you see on the top of the screen, 92066731. Once you join this, please do a thumbs up onto the Menti platform. Great, I can see one person joined. Others, please feel free to join from your smartphone, from your browser, laptop system, wherever you are. And don't worry, you are not able to unmute yourself at the moment because I'm going to take questions from the chat window. And in the last, we can have an audio interaction with all of you. Just to maintain the decorum, I am doing that restriction on the platform. Okay, I hope everyone is on the platform. Please go ahead and mark a pin onto the world map. Where are you joining us today? Do a mark onto that map. Where are you joining us from today on this call? Everyone, I see 22 people joined. We are 44 people on the call. I request everyone to please join menti.com. Use that code on the report on the top, which you see, and answer this question. From where are you connecting today? Everyone, please, menti.com on your browser and use the code which you see on the top. Just for everyone's awareness, I am doing a live stream of this session as well on my YouTube channel, so that in case anyone else want to be benefited from this session, they will be from my YouTube. Come on, everyone, 30 people so far. 47 people are on the call. Where are other 17 people? Please join menti.com on the browser. Type the code which you see on the top. Let's make it more interactive and learning. Come on, everyone. Everyone join menti.com with the code which you see on the top, 92066731. I see maximum of the people are joining from India. I believe it's Kerala only because this is primarily hosted for Kerala IEEE student branch. Thirty people so far. Oh, I see someone joining us from North India as well. Good to know that. Okay, with that, moving on to the next question. Are you an IEEE member or not? And if you are not, are you interested to become one? Are you an IEEE member or not? And if not, are you interested to become one? If you're not on the link, you have to type menti.com on your browser and you have to use that code which you see on the top. How many of you are IEEE member? Yes or no? If no, are you interested to become one? Okay, I see 53% out of 32 people so far are non-IEEE member. Don't worry, we will understand about IEEE as well in the last of the session and we will keep the session ongoing. Moving on, from which year of BTech are you joining us today? Like, are you from first year, second year, third year, fourth year? Please type that. And if you're from industry, type industry. If you're from academia, faculty, type those things. Fourth year, okay. For second year, okay. Good to know that. Fourth year, second year, fourth year, academia, faculty, fourth year. I see a lot of final year students. Good to know that. Today's session is not specifically for fourth year. It is applicable for anyone who is into design thinking, who is into product designing, project designing, and more often I will be sharing my own examples of the projects which I was working during my school days and college days, and how I got motivated to write this book in IEEE US. I think it was 2020 or 2021 while I graduated and COVID lockdown was going on. And I thought, why not we can contribute back using my all projects and the studies what I have done so far in from my BTech. So I'm a graduate of 2019 in computer science, and that's where I thought of writing all my projects and how I actually arrived to an ideas across my surrounding. And that's where we're going to talk about idea to product a research pathway for student. Awesome. Moving next, any real world projects you are proud of? And in case, just a disclaimer, I see a lot of fruit names in the previous slide. In case you are not interested to join this session and you are getting bored, I am okay. Please feel free to leave the call. It's totally fine. This call is specifically for the serious students and the faculties and industry people who are actually looking for to understand about idea to product. If you are not interested about this session, feel free to drop off. No pressure. Please type a one-line explanation or kind of a project name, any real-world project which you are proud of, you are working on, or you are exploring those things to the moving forward. Or, okay, lane changing Arduino car. Okay, if you don't have any project, it's fine. Ignore, don't write no or something like that. Just type the project name. If you're working on maximum, if you are from fourth year, right? You might be working on your minor and major project. So type the name of those projects so that I get an idea what kind of projects you're working in. Computer vision and robotics, AI powered ad hoc network, carbon emission estimator. Nice. Good to learn that. What about others? Computer vision, 2D vision. Okay. Come on, everyone. Type on the project name you are involved in or you're proud of in the past, what you have done so far. It could be a minor major project as well. Project management application using Gen AI. Okay. WSN authentication, remote sensing. Good to know. Voice and vision AI assistant. Nice. Job landscape skill analytics platform. Wow, nice. Good to learn that. Assistive tech project for gamified physiotherapy. Good to learn that. Hazard detection, autonomous driving, 3D vision, PG admin enhancement. Wow, I love that. PG admin enhancement. You're working on some existing software enhancement. That's a really good go. Come on, others. What kind of minor major project you are involved in? Okay, PG check announcement. Perfect. I think with that, now let's move on to the session of what we're going to talk about today. That is idea to product. Thanks, Sridev, for the introduction. If I reiterate my introduction to make you all aware who am I, I'm working as a cloud support engineer in Amazon Web Services. And I'm an XCOM member, that is executive member of IEEE Delhi Section 2025. And I'm titled as IEEE Impact Creator along with an IEEE Influencer. Today in this session, just to give a disclaimer and a note, this session is not to point out any individual or any group of organizations, and I'm not talking on behalf of Amazon today. It's a pure IEEE session invited by IEEE student branch in Kerala. And with that, let's move on to understand more about what we are going up today. Today, we are going to talk about project-based learning approach, how it can help you out in your any kind of project you're working on, whether you're in first year, second year, third year, final year of your bachelor's, how to find a problem statement. Because I've been giving a session of around 21 plus countries since 2016 when I joined IEEE. I've given around 10,000 plus workshop, 10,000 students, school students, college students, faculties, and professionals across different countries, and everywhere I get one problem statement. They ask me, you talked about IEEE, you talked about project development, but how to find an idea? And that is one of the most difficult part a lot of students actually struggle with today. And that is what we are going to talk about in a line by line basis on a sequential manner, how you can actually use project based learning approach to figure out an idea and a problem statement, and how to move towards the solution of that idea to the project and the product development. I will cover in the slides, I will cover up more into the high level details for a basic beginner understanding, because I have mixed audience today. I have every single year on the call. So I won't get into deep dive analysis, how the patent should be done, how the research paper writing should be done, but an overview of all the things together. And I will give you all the resources which you can take help from and study after the session. Okay. Third topic, we will talk about how to choose a right team, how to work, and how to choose actually a tech stack for your project as well. And then we'll move on to understand how in-depth research is required for working on a project and a product. How the prototype development can be done, what are the resources available for us to use, how to secure your idea using research paper, journal writing, patenting, and copywriting, all those kind of things, aspects we will talk about. And in the last, I will open the floor for any kind of interactive questions or a session. Just three rules of this session. I want this to be very interactive. In case you are ready to come on video, feel free to join me on video. I would love to see your faces as well along the session is going on. I have three screens in front of me. Left hand side, I have my slide. In front, I can see the chat window and the Google Meet and you guys. On the right hand side, I have my live stream YouTube link on open so that I can track the live chat window for any questions coming up from there. And yeah, please interact as much as possible in the chat window during the session. In the last, we're going to have open floor for so that you can interact with me for any questions. How many of you believe on this? Many of the students says that, sir, I want to work on an innovation. It doesn't mean that you're going to make a new discovery or something like that. Innovation involves doing the things we do every day a little bit better than what is already there, right? Rather than creating a complete new or different thing. Let's say the project ideas you were talking about, 2D vision, 3D vision, computer vision, right? Announcement of some admin panel, announcement of some project management application using GenAI. These kind of ideas are there available across the market. We have a lot of startups, we have a lot of companies who are working on those things. So what do you mean by innovation? Innovation means doing a little announcement on the things we already know and which is in the market. So it doesn't mean that you're going to have all the things together created from scratch. Yes, you can do that. But that is not innovation. That is discovery. You have discovered something new. Innovation means you are involving in updating existing things which is in the market, and you observe some problem statements around that kind of a thing, right? Moving on. So what do you mean by project-based learning approach? Anyone? Anyone would like to speak about it in the chat window? Or if you want to speak up, I can just open up your mics as well. You can raise your hand if you want to speak up. What do you mean by project-based learning? Anyone? You can unmute yourself. You can raise your hand and speak up. What do you mean by project-based learning approach? Come on, guys, unmute yourself. This session is not for the faculties. This session is not for the IEEE XCOM committees. This session is for you all. Yeah, Kevin.
So is it basically we are learning different concepts by applying same concepts in like projects?
Yeah, learning by doing projects, right? Something like that. Awesome. Even learning by doing. Great to know that. What about others? Come on, guys, feel free to interact. I'm a human, I'm not an alien, so don't be afraid of me. What do you mean by project-based learning approach? See, I need at least 5 to 10 responses so that I can move on. Please be interactive with me. Otherwise, this session gonna be a boring for you. Anyone else want to add on? Shirdev, would you like to speak up?
And I have the same answer. It's basically we're applying the concepts in real world projects.
Mhm. Okay, can you give some examples?
I think AI cameras are like
Mhm.
installed in roads, like detect overspeeding kind of things. That is
Mhm.
one of the project-based learning approach.
Yeah. So it's more about like being a student, right? You are correct. You all are right. So it's more about learning through the project development. If I found a problem statement around me, how I can move on. And that is what I have been quoted out here. Learning by doing along the process of developing an idea to a product. So what are the different approaches you can do for doing project-based learning? The first approach is, you know everything. Everyone says that, sir, I know everything. But it's not about that. Project-based learning approach includes a very important aspect that you have to relearn. The things we are already aware about, don't worry about it. Think about something you want to relearn. I know about Java, okay, it's fine. But during the project-based learning approach, your theoretical Java will completely change based on the practical application of Java. You know AI, you know how to make algorithm, you know how to make LLM models. But while you are knowing about it in a very segment and theoretical or learning aspect, but when you come onto a practical project development, those concept actually changes. So project-based learning approach includes a very important aspect that you learn, unlearn, and relearn. The second aspect is think. Think about new ideas. Think out of box. Think out of box, basically. You found a problem statement. Okay. Figure out what are the different ideas available in the market, how you can relate and how you can enhance those ideas. If you're working on a project, let's say project management system using Gen AI, I saw one of the examples you put up on the Menti. Don't you think that project management system using Gen AI would be implemented already across the globe somewhere else? Sitting in Kerala, you're thinking about that idea. It's very, very much possible that someone has worked on this idea. Yes or no in the chat window? What do you think about it? Right? If you're thinking about an idea sitting in your home right now in Kerala, don't you think that that idea would be have been implemented already in the past by numerous people? Yes or no? Yes, right? Yes, it's possible, 100%. And that's where the third aspect comes. You have to think in an innovative way. You have to imagine something new. In what way we can actually enhance that kind of research? In what way we can actually enhance the ideas which are already available in the market? And that all comes with a research point of view. Project-based learning approach includes learning, relearning, finding a new ideas across ourselves. It can be anything. You come from your home to college, college to home, you go to market, you go to railway station, you go to bus stand. Any kind of place, any kind of sport can give you ideas. And that is what project-based learning approach is all about. You have to figure out the existing idea, you have to figure out what are the existing solutions available and how you can enhance it. And very most important concept which I bring to you on the table today is from my experience of last couple of years, where I've been working on project-based learning approach since my 10th grade. And I've summarized all those things into 5 Ws. And we're going to talk about 5 Ws now. Project-based learning approach and finding an idea starts from, do you have any problem around you? It can be anything. It can be standing in a long queue in a McDonald's or KFC, right? It can be unable to find hospitals during the for the COVID patient beds. Right now, unfortunately, a lot of cases are also again coming up into the COVID. But during the time in 2020, 2021, when COVID was on the high peak level, people were not able to find oxygen cylinders. People were not able to find hospitals in the. They were not able to find patient beds for the COVID patients in the hospitals. How we can solve that problem statement? Maybe your teacher is not able to mark the attendance digitally. When you go into the class, teacher says, okay, Kevin, are you present? Even are you present? Jasmine, are you present? So you do a pen and paper registration. Why not? We can automate that. Maybe your school or college doesn't have a digital library. Why not? We can design one. That's what I did during my first semester. So let me share my journey and how I moved ahead, and then I can call up someone to share me their ideas, any problem statement they actually figured out from surrounding, rather than copy pasting from available research, asking Gen AI or Chat GPT to give you ideas about any project. Tell me. Meanwhile, I explain about my project of my first semester. Think about an idea which you want to share it on today's call. So that was my first week in my college, and I went to the library and I took around, I think, 1 hour, 2 hours wasted standing in a long queue in the library. As you know, when you are in a college student, right? You newly joined the college. Many times you have to go to the library to get your library card, right? And I went to the library. I stood in the long queue, and there was a teacher, librarian ma'am, who was writing the roll number, registration number manually, the typing, writing the names on the register, and then doing a hard code library card with a paper itself. So what are the things we are actually eliminating here? I am wasting my lot of time. She is wasting a lot of paper. She is wasting a lot of time in manually typing the things, writing the things on the register, and then cutting the uh, receipts or cutting the cards using scale or something like that. So I was frustrated. As I was aware about Java and MySQL from my 10th, 11th, 12th class, I just went to the librarian, sir, and I asked him, don't you have a digital library software where I can just scan my ID card and I can get the library card digital onto my Android application or something which we can design? And then he mentioned, no, Romnik, we don't have anything like that. I'm like, okay, I want to design one. So that was my first week of my college while I got into the college, when I got admission into the college. And then I went to the librarian, sir. I'm like, I want to create one, sir. Let me know how I can do that. And then he asked me to go to the CS department, which I was belonging to, and go to the HOD, head of department, and ask him if he can give you this project. That was around 1 hour left for the off time of the scheduled off time for the college. It was around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. 4 o'clock, I was there, planned to go back to home after the college timings. And then he mentioned, you have 1 hour. This is the computer with the Java IDE installed. Share me the front end, how you can design one, and then we can talk about further. Within that 1 hour, I designed the whole thing, and they liked so much. I went to the deputy director and director, ma'am, and they liked it as well. And I got the project for 6 months. For the whole first semester, I worked on a software developed for my own college without any cost involved. And I learned and I deployed that software. Even if you go to my college today, the library people, as well as the students and faculties across the college, they are using that software. Now, it's your turn. Speak up, raise your hand if you want to speak up about an idea, what you have done so far in your final year, third year, second year, or first year. You have been spending 4 years in your college. What kind of project you have worked on or you're proud of? Share me. The detailed understanding how you found that idea, how did you go through the solution, what are the different approaches you used for developing that idea? Anyone? From all the projects which you listed on the Mentimeter, you can speak about them as well. No worries. How did you conclude to that topic? How did you find that problem? How did you find that idea? How did you make up a team? How did you find a solution out of it? Come on. Anyone? On the live streaming as well, I invite everyone. If in case you have any project to share, feel free to speak up in the chat window. Come on, guys, speak up. This session is not for me, not for your faculties. This session is for you all, for all the students who are on the call today. Are you able to understand what I am doing? Like what I am saying? Like, are you able to follow me? Am I going so fast? Feel free to speak up, guys. Be interactive.
Guys, please feel free to speak. This is a platform for you to interact also. And those who are not able to unmute, please type in the chat box at least your responses.
100%. So you won't speak, so session gonna be very boring. I won't move next to the slides. You have to speak up. 100%. We can plan out an in-person sessions soon. Dimple ma'am and other folks in the management, they can talk about that in the upcoming days. But right now, to get the full benefit of this virtual session, let's speak up. Let's talk about projects we are working on. How did you conclude to that topic? How did you find that idea? What are the solutions you are going through? How did you find those solutions? What was the motivation of those projects?
Hi, this is Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan, go
Am I
ahead.
audible?
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, I was recently working on a small project. It's not too advanced, but it was a skill analysis platform that I did in the past few months. Actually, I got into that idea like I was having a hard time finding the right skill to study for a specific job role. Like many different companies required many different skill sets, and all these roles have different what do you say salary ranges. So I encountered that problem, and I just thought if I had a platform that gave me all the integrated data to me as a dashboard, so I went for it. I collected the data, web scraped it from job platforms like using Selenium and all, and I created a dashboard which gives us insight about the roles, the locations, the companies, the specific roles that each company hires, which has the highest payroll and all those things. It was a small project I worked on recently.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Evans, to share that. And I really second about it. Like when you don't, let's say now, maybe you are in final year. I think you are in final year, right, Ivan?
Yes, I'm in final year.
Yeah, you are in final year. In couple of months, you're gonna get sit into the placements, and other peers of your final year students are going to fight and against and struggle for getting the jobs as well in the market. Doing a skill analytics beforehand itself, before you sit for an interview, is just an amazing idea. Why not? We can implement that, right? So great idea, even. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else would like to share their ideas? Anyone? Perfect. So let's move on to understand what are the different 5 Ws actually you can figure out to find a solution and a problem statement. First and foremost, you should understand who is using the current model. Let's say we will take the example of Ivan only. Ivan talked about skill analytics platform, right? Using AI. So why not Ivan can actually search for the products or the portals which are available on the internet right now. He can analyze who is using the current model, and then he can understand what are the different features of the current model, right? And then when is the right time to bring the enhanced model which Ivan is working on into the market, and where the solution should be deployed. Who is my audience, right? And why the current model is not suitable today. So these are the compromise, I would say, compressed 5 Ws which you can talk about how to find a solution on an idea about your new idea which you are bringing up in the market, right? That's something about finding a problem statement and a solution. Now, if you see on the bottom right, I have written introduction. So meanwhile, the slides will advance. You will able to understand the different segments of how to write a research paper. And I will give you a lot of resources in the upcoming slides where you can learn how to write a paper. Okay. Research paper, if anyone would like to speak up, what is a research paper? Anyone would like to say what is a research paper? Any final year student who is working on research paper, can you let other second year, third year student know what is a research paper? Ivan, would you like to speak up? Yeah. Kevin, Ivan, Jasmine.
So
Sona.
research paper is basically a formal document where you like where the researchers, people who are involved in a research project, they write their analysis or their findings on a specific topic, and they basically share the details of a particular topic they have been researching in for a while. Maybe it might be also a project that they have done.
Yeah, it's kind of a comprehensive understanding of what the idea you're working on, what are the different parts. It's already in the market, right? It's more about a project-based learning approach. Thank you so much, Kevin, for sharing that. Anything we made new or we searched something new or particular problem. Thank you, Gulshan, for that. So these are the things which we are going to cover up in today's slides as well. So the first part is understanding the problem and giving a compromise summarized view of the solution you are bringing up into your project. And that is the first segment, which is called as introduction, abstract and introduction of the research paper. Moving on. How many of you believe onto this? Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championship. How many of you believe on this? Quoted by Michael Jordan. Right? Everyone of understand the importance of working on a team. So how to find and choose the right team and the tech stack. In this slide, we're going to talk about that. While you're working on a problem statement or you found a problem statement or you find a solution, now let's move on to work in a team, trying to create a team and a tech stack. What type of technology I'm going to use, what type of team members I should look onto. So these are the couple of questions which you can ask yourself as a team leader. For the right team, do your member has already one of the technology that you will be working on the project? Let's say you're working on a project management system using AI. What are the different things you need? You need front end, you need back end, you need AI algorithm understanding and machine learning. You have to find out people who have these kind of skill set around your year, around your class, around your college, or maybe why not inter college. You can collaborate with other colleges as well. You can collaborate with industrialists, involve them as a mentor. How many of you know about Smart India Hackathon? How many of you have known about Smart India Hackathon? Raise your hand. Right? Smart India Hackathon is the India national level of hackathon which Government of India conducts every year. Now, that is the aspect where we understand what kind of technology we're going to work on based on the problem statement they give to us. And that is what we are moving on towards to understand how to make a team. Right? There also you make mentors. The second question you're going to ask for, are they really interested in the vision of your idea? While those people who you are finding out to become your team members, are they really interested about the problem statement and the solution you're working on? If yes, yes, involve them in the team. Third question, do they have the right personality to whom you want to work with? Many times while you're working on a idea, the kind of grudges and struggles and fights will happen. Maybe let's say Kevin, myself and Ivan, we three are in a team. Okay. And Kevin is a front-end developer, Ivan is a back-end developer, I am an AI engineer. Now, sometimes while working on a project, I will say, hey, Kevin, you know about Java, but in this project, we need JavaScript. Why not we can use JavaScript rather than Java? So there we will fight against each other. Why not running Java? Only why not JavaScript, right? There will be load of arguments. So you have to understand and you have to work in those teammates with those peers, which makes you comfortable to talk about new things, which makes you understand what kind of mindset we're going to have for working in our project. The last thing, do they have the soft skills to present your idea to others? This is one of the basic skills which you need in industry as well. While you are a technically strong person in industry, while you can't communicate your idea in front of the customers, there's no meaning of developing any software then. There's no meaning of working on that project. How much technical strong you gonna be? If you don't know how to communicate well, you don't know how to make presentation in front of customer, the idea is just into gonna be in the trash. You're not going to cover up those things. So you have to figure out, you have to question yourself as a team leader. Am I selecting this person for the right soft skills his person is having or not? Can he or she communicate well to the customers? Right? These are the couple of questions on the high level, which I normally used to ask while I was working on projects during my school and college days. On the right hand side, let's talk about how to find your technical stack for your project. What are the basic technology required for your idea? List down the checklist. Okay, if I'm working on project management system using AI, what kind of technology I'm going to look for? What type of technology I'm going to work on? Now, many people, many students actually make this mistake. They say, sir, I'm working on a project where Python is required. Shall I go ahead and complete Python first and then work on the project? No, not at all. Project-based learning approach says while you're working on a project, you just learn onto that bit of the module of the Pythons or the libraries of that Python language, which is only required for that kind of project idea. Let's say you're working on computer vision. What kind of package you might be needing in Python for computer vision? OpenCV, right? You might need some other vision kind of libraries in Python. Only study those libraries rather than studying the whole Python. You're not going to do PhD in Python. You're working on a single project where you need a specific knowledge for a specific library for a specific model to complete. Second, do you have the student or free access to those technology or tools which you require for prototype development? Many times, a lot of colleges and a lot of universities offer you free tools like Canva. You can have Canva Pro from the education email ID, from your college email ID. You can have IEEE Explore Digital Library for that purposes. Those are the free student access and the free access which your college provides you as part of your college admission. Third one, do you have the visualization of the solution you're going to work on? And the last one, explore and Google those technologies to learn it. Figure out Udemy, figure out Udacity, figure out edX, figure out those training platforms where you can learn about those technologies for only that segment which you need for the projects. Any questions so far on this? Yes or no in the chat window, please. Any questions so far, what we have discussed? Yes or no in the chat window. Hello guys, are you available here? Or you're just here for attendance? Yes or no in the chat window, please. I can just see only 2 or 3 people active on the call. Other people, please speak up. Are you having any doubts so far? Yes or no? Gulshan says no. Aman, Habiram, sounds good. Please be attentive. This session is not only for the faculty. This session is organized specially for you guys only who are in final year, second year, third year, first year, to understand what are the importance of project-based development learning. Moving on. Thank you for responding and please be responsive in the chat window. Now, the second phase of doing a research or project-based learning approach comes up to in-depth research or literature survey. You will never know what are the solutions available in the market until and unless you do a research. Take a screenshot of this and keep it to yourself. These are the different portals which you can explore to learn about different solutions available in the market before you move on to developing your own idea. Right? Let's talk about the project management system someone mentioned in the Mentimeter using AI as we are taking that example. A lot of people across the globe might be working on project-based system, project management system. Why not we can look onto those things and why not we can figure out the loopholes and try to cover up those kind of enhancement? Yes, why not? We can do that, right? And these are the normal portals where you can learn about books, journals, research papers, review papers, the ideas which are already available. And you're going to share the summary of each one of the paper which you read into the literature survey of the segment or the headline of the second topic in a research paper writing. Okay. Moving on. The third part. Now you're done with your solution. You understood, okay, I know the technology, I know the team I'm going to work with. I know the solution which are already available in the market. I know the problem statement and the motivation I'm going to do onto this idea. Now let's work on the prototype development. Divide and innovate together. Learn from each other and cross question. Don't fight, cross question. I will say to Kevin, I will say to even, hey Kevin, why not we can use Java? Why not we can use JavaScript? Why not we can use servlet? Why not we can use big data? Why not we can use AI algorithm for this specific one? In this way, you're cross questioning, you are able to understand and learn from each other. Might be the technology which I know, Kevin might not be aware. Kevin might know something which I won't be aware. So in project-based learning approach, while you're working on a project or a product development, you learn from each other. Second, use collaborative platforms such as GitHub, Claro, Microsoft Project, OneNote, or any kind of office tools, whatever you're gonna use. That actually helps you out to share the things between you. How many of you have GitHub account? Raise your hand. How many of you have GitHub account? Raise your hand. Great. I can see 8 people so far. All the people who are involved in project development, software development, any kind of development you're going to work on, please sign up for github.com. And that's where you can maintain your project repository. That's where you can maintain your source code and share among team members. You can work in a collaborative way. Okay. The link is in the chat window. You can visit it afterwards. Third point, be a lifelong learner and curious to solve problems as to see around you to innovate. Learning and development and innovation should not stop until the college time. Innovation should be continued. There was a senior in my college who was working on a major project, and while he got placed in Microsoft in Bangalore office, he got to learn from the Microsoft leadership that, hey, you worked on this major project. Can you please give us the NOC, non-objection certificate, so that we can take your idea in an official Microsoft separate department to work on that idea, right? That is something which you also have to learn. You don't have to stop innovation. Wherever you go, wherever you explore the things, try to learn from each other. Try to learn from the surroundings. And these are the segments which are involved in the research paper writing. The first one comes with methodology. Methodology involves the software and the hardware or the network layer or any kind of layer you want to explain in your project. Methodologies is the area or is the segment where you involve the comprehensive learning or comprehensive pathway, how you can develop that solution. How did you actually arrive to that solution? You can involve mathematical equation, you can involve diagrams, you can involve flowchart, you can involve any kind of aspect which explains your solutions. The second segment comes pros and cons. Mention the advantages and disadvantages of your idea once it is in the market. Never ever an idea gonna be a fully perfect, right? If you're working on an idea, there might be some loopholes for that idea as well. Third one, results and conclusion. What did you learn from that solution? What kind of benefits it's gonna bring to the society? Finally, as an IEEE member or not an IEEE member, what are we doing for technology? We are using technology for the benefit of society or humanity. So in the results and conclusion segment, you should mention what are the mathematical conclusion you came through, what kind of prediction you did, what kind of AI model or results you get out of while you did a prototype development. And the last and the most important part is references. You include at least 20 to 50 references, research papers or journal papers you have studied where you arrived in the research pathway of literature survey segment, which we studied in the couple of slides back. With that, our research paper concludes. Now we move on to understanding how to publish our research, how to publish our project to the public audience so that we can get the feedback and we can improve it further in our next cycle of improvement. Any questions so far from anyone? You all can lower hand your previous people who have, yeah, any questions? Someone is speaking. Any questions until so far? Now, what I used to do while I was working on projects since my first semester, I used to work on project in parallel. I used to maintain a research paper draft. And as soon as my project is getting completed, my research paper is also getting completed. And the project is completed, research paper is completed, I'm going to publish into a conference or a journal. This is the approach which I used to maintain. Obviously, while working on a minor major project while you're in your final year, you have to write a report, right, to submit to your college. Why not? You can write a paper as well in parallel. So you might need a person who is good in documentation in your team, right? This is kind of a smart strategy you're going to work while you work on a project. Any questions from anyone until so far, till prototype development? Come on. Any questions from anyone? All clear? Okay. I can see 3 people responded. Anyone else? Any question related to understanding anything related to project development? Okay, moving on. Now, while we work on an idea or while we work on a research paper writing or a project, we do have a confusion. Shall I tell to my faculty? Shall I tell to my friend who is not in my team? But shall I tell that idea to them before that idea was even completed? Or shall I not? And that is where we understand a very important segment of idea development, which is how to secure your idea. While you participate in a hackathon, while you participate into an internship, what you are normally doing, you're developing a project. While you go into an internship, they ask you to sign one non-disclosure NDA agreement, right? Non-disclosure agreement. What they mean by that? They mean while you work on a project, yeah, under that internship, you are not adhered to share that idea or the technology or whatever you're going to do in that company to share outside the company. Yes or no? How many of you have done the internship? Raise your hand. How many of you have done an internship or you're doing the internship right now? Raise your hand. Okay. Ivan, would you like to explain your internship experience? Am I saying right? They used to get the NDA signed, right? And they do say that, okay, whatever you're working in the company, you are not allowed to share outside. Yes or no? Ivan? Yes, there you go. So you have to understand how you secure your idea, how to secure your idea for an individual purpose. So this was a person practice to me whenever I go to an hackathon for developing a prototype or something. I used to maintain a research paper or I used to publish that idea beforehand as a paper or as a conference paper, journal paper or as a patent before I participate or talk about that idea in public. Because you never know, someone can copy paste that idea to some other hackathon and can take advantage of your idea into a public round. So how to secure your idea? There are three different ways how you secure your idea. The first one is research paper, and these are the different portals and different tools you can use to understand how to write a research paper. My own personal favorite is IEEE Author Center. That was the portal which was redefined in 2019. And then I moved on to study how to write a paper, what are the policies, what are the ethics involved in writing a research paper or journal paper through IEEE Author Center. LedX is one of the coding tool, which you use for writing research papers. You can use Word document as well. There's no concerns about it. Springer, Elsewhere, IEEE, these are the platforms where you can publish those papers in books, journals, and conferences. The second method is patent. I hope everyone is aware about patent. I don't need to repeat it. Just for everyone awareness, patent is a feature provided by the governments of each and every country where you can secure that patent under the government policy that whoever going to work on that idea across the globe is not allowed to copy paste that same idea in the same way for their own patents. So patent is one of the most secured way how you can secure your idea. How to do patents? It's very available. The guidelines are very much available on the IPO website of India, US, and Europe. I normally in industry people say when you want to secure or secure a patent or you want to secure a project, you file patents in 3 countries: India, US, and Europe. Once you have secured and filed a patent in these 3 countries and you have been granted with that patent, your idea is fully secured. Okay. And the last most kind of very useful things for front end artist, you want to write a poem, you want to write a you want to write a software, you want to write a piece of website, or you want to write a piece of portfolio or something like that. Let's say my website, if I want to secure my website source code, how I'm going to do that? I'm going to file a copyright application into the IPO India website. Every single guideline, step to step, which form you have to fill, which step you have to go through. They do have their own YouTube channel. You can go through the steps there as well. So these are the ways how you secure your idea, that is research paper, patent, copyright. Any questions so far? And then I will open the floor for questions. Any questions by anyone? You can just take a screenshot of this and you can Google it afterwards and you will able to learn about each and everything. Okay, with that, I'm happy to open the floor for any questions now. Floor is all yours. I request everyone who is on the call, feel free to raise your hand and I'm happy to interact with you. For all the audience who is on the live stream, they can also speak up in the chat window. Any open questions for me if you want to talk about IEEE? Yeah, talking about IEEE, if I say, so IEEE you can explore on our website, that is IEEE.org. And what is IEEE? IEEE is the world's largest technical platform where you can learn about what is going on in the technology across the globe in different countries. And these are the aspects which actually required for you to keep yourself updated in the market. Because right now you're as a student, right? And once you get into the industry, you are well shocked and surprised. Hey, I wasn't aware about these kind of skill set. I was not aware about this technology. I didn't get to learn about during that college time. And IEEE is the right platform for you to learn about those technologies being a student and continue to be an IEEE. I've been an IEEE member for last 9+ years. I've been volunteered on India level, Asia Pacific level, globally for different boards and committees as well for last 9+ years. And it has given me so much advantage, which made me learn about market, which made me learn about what is going on in AI, which is going on in cloud computing, what is going on in around different aspects of the industry. And it's so known, it's not kind of very expensive. Like we give a lot of monies to Starbucks, KFC and all those things while we go to shopping and with friends outside the market, right? Why not you can just simple spend around $25 or something around that. It's just not expensive, it's very cheap. Okay, with that, opening the floor for any questions for anyone. I will share my social media handles and my YouTube handle. Feel free to take a look onto my YouTube channel where I have been showcasing different IEEE sessions like this in person across different countries. I've been a mentor to IEEE Epics project for Indonesian students. Right now, I'm a mentor for one of the garbage management system, waste management system project, which is granted for thousands of bucks from IEEE Epics and Delhi section. So in case you want to learn about those things, you can subscribe to the channel and explore those videos, what I've been doing in Indonesia. Yes, Sudeep is asking a question. When we work on a project, maintain a draft of the paper. When applying for a conference, the rules about the number of the pages, how do we manage that kind of situation, like if our final draft is big? So if your final draft is big, I specifically suggest you to go with journal, Sudeep, rather than going on conference paper. If you see the limitation by the conference folks, and understand this fact, right? Until and unless you participate into journals, until and unless you submit a paper into a journal, how you will be able to understand what are the loopholes in your writing? So go ahead and submit the papers into journal to get a free feedback from those journals so that you can improve yourself. That is one of the thumb rule which my mentor used to tell me. Anyone else? Any other questions? We have 5 minutes left for any open questions, and then the floor will be to the organizers. Feel free to connect with me. Feel on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want. I've dropped my link tree as well on the chat window. Aviram is saying when we initially think about an idea and then after the literature review find out that many papers are present, do we try to find another? No, better the current one, Aviram, better the current one. And that makes you understand. That's what I'm talking about. Many students drop in the literature survey phase itself. I devoted for each and every research paper I have written. While I was in my final year, I wrote around 12 research papers since then. I published and wrote my first paper while I was in my 12th class. Every single paper made me to learn something new about that idea which I was working on. I devoted around 2 to 3 months for a single research paper, only for literature survey, only for research. Go to the grounds. I was working on a farming project. I went to the farmers just to understand what kind of problem statement they are facing and if my solution helps them out or not. Take a continuous feedback loop from them. Understand your audience, talk with them. That is how the design thinking and project based learning approach works. While I was working on my college library software in my first semester, I used to talk with the librarian. I used to talk with the faculties and students randomly across the college so that I know what kind of solutions they are looking for. Right? So try to better the current one. That will help you out a lot to deep dive into that topic. And that is what project based learning approach is all about. Any other questions from anyone? And just if you're an IEEE member, I would like to give this the book which I published in IEEE US Idea to Product, which we are talking up today. This book is free for all the IEEE members, and there you go. This is the book link. So all the things what we talked about on a high level today, I've included all my projects. I've included how I concluded to those projects, how I made those projects, how I used to follow the approach to write those projects and papers. All of them are into this book, which I published in IEEE USA. So feel free to download it. It's free for IEEE members. $2.99 for non-IEEE members. If you don't want to spend it, talk with your IEEE peer to join IEEE first. Any other questions from anyone? Okay, with that, I think we are out of time. Thank you so much, Dimple ma'am, and all the executive committee of IEEE student branch. I'm feeling glad that I was here, and hopefully I will be there in person as well as soon as we can plan out some in-person session for all these students or the new batch coming up into your college admissions. And the floor is all yours to ask for the feedback. And guys, there will be an attendance form and a feedback form shared by the team in the chat window now. Feel free to submit that. I will be taking a look onto those feedback and suggestions which you mentioned in the feedback form. That will help me out for my next session, how I can improve my presentation skills and communication skills. Feel free to share your open feedback. Or in case you have any questions, feel free to mention that as well. I will try to reach out to those questions onto your email IDs. Or you can connect me on Instagram, LinkedIn as well. I'll be very happy to actively respond to those things. Shridev, over to you.
Okay, we'll be sharing the attendance and the feedback form right now.
Awesome. The attendance form is in the chat window. To everyone who is the part of the IEEE TKM college, please feel free to submit that so that we can have your attendance marked. And I think you can share the feedback form as well. And that's the feedback form. Everyone, please take 10 seconds to quickly fill up that. If you're from industry, please feel free to skip the option batch I think that is what specifically for students. And please, I think that's pretty much from my side. Dimple ma'am, Shridev, Jasmi, the platform is all yours for performing a thank you note, and then we should be good enough to wrap up.
Thank you, Ramnik. It was an insightful talk, and I hope students have benefited, got a lot of ideas from your talk today. And I think interaction also, it was okay in today's talk, the interaction by the students. Let's have a good interaction in the next next session that we are planning to do it here, the offline session. So looking forward to have a more what a long duration talk which comprises a lot of topics. I think a 1 hour talk is not enough for covering all the things, but you have done really a good job. So thank you for that. Thank you for sparing your valuable time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, yeah, I was talking to Jasmi and other volunteers in the group that we can obviously talk about design thinking hands-on workshop as well. We can do some technical topic as well in person, and then I think a lot of students will be benefited for that. I'll be happy to travel from Delhi to Kerala.
Yeah, yeah. Let's plan it, and we'll
100%.
inform. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect. I think then we are wrap up. We are good to wrap up the call.
So I'll just say the conclusion.
Sure.
Okay. On behalf of IEEE Computer Society TKMC, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Ramni Karla, for joining us today and sharing his invaluable insights on transforming ideas into impactful products. Your session was not only informative but also deeply inspiring for every student aspiring to dive into research and innovation. A special thanks to our faculty coordinator, Professor Dr. Dimple Shahjahan, for her unwavering support and guidance throughout the planning of this event. And of course, a huge shout out to all the participants for your enthusiasm, curiosity, and active engagement throughout the session. Before we conclude, we kindly request all the participants to fill out the attendance and the feedback form. Your responses are valuable in helping us improve and bring you even better sessions in the future. Once again, thank you all for being part of Idea to Product and Research Pathway for Students. Let's keep the spark of innovation alive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much once again to all the participants to join us on weekend. Looking forward to having a in-person interaction with all of you. Please take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.